Hello and welcome, beautiful, vibrant souls, to today's pick a card. I don't know why I said it like that, but we're going to keep it. I like it. So today's reading is going to be, do they miss you? Do they? Do they miss you? I bet they do. I would miss you. But this is kind of going to look into that. I will say this can be a little bit, oh, sorry if you can hear my chair moving. This might be a tad bit of a triggering question. So with complete and total abundant love, I would ask that maybe to not watch this unless you're ready for an answer. I value and respect each and every one of you enough to give you an honest answer. So sometimes that answer is not always what we're ready to hear, and that's totally okay. So just kind of, take a moment to think about that before you make your selection. If you're at all unsure, you're like, am I ready? Am I not? And we're going to be doing kind of a deep dive into, like I said, whether or not your person misses you. Excuse my burp. And why that is, right? And kind of getting some messages from them, from their higher self, etc., etc. So we have 3 options to choose from today. There's cat fur. I'm sorry, I lint rolled it. I do the best I can. I feel like I say that all the time, but my cat sits up here all the time. There's a window right there, and he gets really into it. But we have group 1 with, can you see this well? Yeah, this like blue goldstone. Oh, I love her. It's like the universal. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So group 1, we have group 2 with this lapis lazuli. And she's stunning. Look at her, folks. She's beautiful. And group 3 with this awesome, totally dope fluorite point thing, the stabby. Yeah, there we go. We have those 3. So feel free to, take your time, meditate, contemplate on the stacks in front of you. When you are ready, head down to the description box where there will be timestamps, and it will take you to your selected option. With that, I want to start with group 1. Okay. Hi, group 1. So you picked the blue goldstone. I feel like this is a very mystical connection. This always makes me think, because if you look really, well, it's hard to see on the camera, but like it's super sparkly and dark. It always makes me think of the night sky, and like I don't know. So you might, one or both of you might identify as star seeds, or just, I feel like this is a very spiritually expansive connection. One of you might be very spiritually attuned. I would imagine that is you, my viewer, but very spiritually attuned, like in a very concrete way. And the other one I also feel is very spiritually gifted, but might be less aware of it. So that might be kind of maybe what's caused, because I'm noticing, I don't know if you can see, but there's like the cut here and then it slopes downward. There might be kind of this like iniquity here. So that may have kind of been a little bit of a blockage between you and this person. That might be kind of like a little bit of a balancing act. Again, like maybe they're very well established in a material sense and you're very spiritually developed. But there's a lot of spiritual knowledge to be shared in this connection. There's a lot of spiritual lessons, spiritual awareness. So I have a bunch of different oracle decks that we're going to be pulling from. Yeah, so we're going to kind of establish, does your person miss you? Do they miss you? I'm going to pull this one. I want to look at this one, but not take this one. Don't dim to fit in. Okay, yeah, so we have that kind of third eye imagery here. There's something where maybe one of you is very, very conventional, and the other one, again, is a little bit less so, a little bit more spiritually attuned. Again, that card always gives me, or that card, excuse me, over here, always gives me a little bit of an Aquarian vibe. I want to take 2 from this pile. I'm gonna. Nobody can stop me. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of the energy. One of you might be helping the other to become more spiritually developed or to break out of their shell. I want to look at this one, but not take this. Okay, I feel like with this card being something I wanted to look at, this might be something where the feminine is more spiritually awakened, and the feminine is very magnetic, especially with don't dim to fit in. The feminine is very naturally magnetic, and I feel like that may have made the masculine feel insecure at different points. And it's, yeah, because rules is at the bottom, and I almost feel like as a result, the masculine may have been trying to be very controlling in this connection, this situation, and that may have caused some type of separation or a rift between the two of you. Oh, it's not that one, it's this one. Interesting, sometimes I get surprised. Yeah, I just pulled this one out for giggles, Awakening Union, 1111. and pay attention. So I feel like this is very much like a connection that was awakening the masculine in particular. So this is my own personal oracle deck, my first one. This is going to be, this is the Sacred Oracle of Things Left Unsaid that I've made for our beautiful blossoming community. If you have an interest, I will be offering this for a pre-order very soon, but if you have an interest, please feel free to DM me or comment below so I can kind of gauge public interest to see you know, the best way to move forward. But this is really a deck that's meant to help you commune with somebody's, I always say the messages that come out are like somebody's higher self and current consciousness working together to give you kind of the most necessary or effective messages at this time. So this is like if somebody could speak, you know, heart to heart, soul to soul without ego bullshit in the way, essentially. So what would your person say to you if they could say anything they want without ego crap in the way? I'm so sensitive while I'm saying this. It's this one, actually. It's not this one. There's a lot of that in shuffling for your pile in particular, where I like think it's one thing. Yeah, at the bottom is, I don't know how to be me without you, but I know I need space to figure it out. So this person may have been the one causing separation because you triggered a lot of stuff within them. So let's look at your oracle cards. I will pull tarot after. Excuse my cough. Allergies. I want to pull this one first. Okay, there we go. 888, strength, abundance, and infinite connection. I like laying them all out first and then going over it. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Oh my God. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those comes out for this deck as well. I have a couple cards about like shaking up someone's life and needing to get into alignment. Ooh, Queen of the Night, power, card 31. So that reduces to a 4 because I can do math, you guys. Interesting, card 32. And I shuffled the hell out of that deck before, but we have protection with Daisy. I love daisies, they're so sweet. Oh, okay, yeah, see, come hither, 25, so that is a 7. Okay. Yeah, this is a card. Okay, it's okay that things ended. Beginnings can't happen without endings. Don't be afraid to begin again. Can you guys see that? Yeah, oh, love it. Love it, love the colors. I tried to pick really vibrant colors because you can see the back is like very grayscale. So I tried to pick really vibrant colors for each of the messages. So I get so happy. Thank you guys for letting me bask in my happiness with you and share it with you. Yeah, this is, okay, 2 cards. These are 2, I mean, you saw me shuffle. This is one of the cards as well, where it's a card about like, that kind of stereotypical, you know, feminine sort of help awakens the masculine, and then it like is very turbulent, and you know, there's either a lot of shifting or separation, etc. It says, our connection was a wake-up call I could not ignore. Believe me, I tried. I'm sorry if I made it hard on you. Oh my God, that is too funny. All right, let me just make sure I got all of them. I'm trying not to be too anal retentive about it, but I'm also trying to make it look all right. Can we see all these? Let me just move the board down just a little bit. Okay, cool. This is a pretty straightforward message. First of all, I feel like with protection, excuse me, this is, I like that we have 4 and 5. For some reason, like again, it's that progression. But with protection, I feel like, I almost said I want you to know, which is not what I meant, but is important. Spirit is protecting this connection, right? We have, you know, infinite connection, strength, abundance. One of you might be a Leo, just with that strength energy here. The Lionsgate portal may have been important, so this would be August 8th, both last year, or it might be important this year coming up. This is a timeless reading, but at the time I'm filming it, we're, you know, almost halfway through June, so that's only, you know, a month and a half away, roughly. Well, I guess closer to 2 months away. But yeah, so this is actually pretty, you have a powerful presence in this person's life. We had that, where did it go? We had that, that using card, right? And then rules come up. And again, I feel like you as the feminine, if you are the feminine watching, the feminine is very magnetic. And that's because the feminine has a very, where did it go? Unique energy. It's the problem with like referencing cards in the shuffling process. I'm like, give me all my decks. The feminine has a very unique energy. The feminine also has a very unique spiritual purpose. The feminine in this connection is an awakener, and I feel like that made it very hard on the masculine, because the masculine sees that the feminine is very magnetic and thinks about it like this, right? Because we have come hither, right? And the masculine's like, oh my God, yes, right? So I feel like, and we have, you know, we have different men and women depicted in this deck, but the feminine in both these cards is the same, right? And it's interesting, we have 7, 7, and we have a 7 here. And this is part of the spiritual lesson. So repeating 7s and repeating 8s might be particularly significant here, as could July and August in terms of time frames. But I'm also noticing the hands of the clock are pointing to 2 and 12. So August 2nd, August 12th, July 2nd, July 12th, or just, you know, the 2nd and the 12th, the numbers 2 and 12, between 2 and 12 days, etc. May be significant. But yeah, this is very much a situation where the feminine, like I said, is very attractive. The feminine has a job as a spiritual awakener, has a job of, you know, of helping to, especially with this image, helping to awaken other people spiritually, especially their psychic abilities, right? So this is kind of one of those things where the feminine is like, maybe, I feel like the masculine construed this as alluring. The masculine has, I feel like, kind of categorized the feminine because they have attractive energy, as like, oh, you know, this person's just like the dating queen, this person's just kind of like playing around with me. And this is why I feel like the masculine with this rules card, the masculine's been trying to kind of almost control the relationship or the feminine in this situation. I also feel like there is, with align your life and come hither, you see how we have the path diverging here? The masculine's reaching out energetically, and especially in the heart space, for the feminine and being attracted in, but intuitively understands that this means making a major decision or taking a new path. So with align your life, excuse me, and this connection, you know, or excuse me, this card, our connection was a wake-up call I could not ignore. Believe me, I've tried. I'm sorry if I made it hard on you. The masculine intuitively was understanding. The closer the masculine got to the feminine, the more the masculine started to understand, like, oh shoot, okay, if I want to be with this person, I've got to level up. Or like, if I want to be with this person, I have to make big changes in my life. And it may also just be that by virtue of the way the feminine lives their life, it made the masculine realize they wanted to make changes. And this is kind of a push-pull energy where it's like they wanted to make changes, but they also were really struggling. And I feel like the masculine kind of like deferred responsibility, especially with that rules energy that we saw at the bottom of this deck. It's like maybe the masculine kind of was like, instead of understanding like, oh, you know, I'm being called to level up, right, in order to get to be with this person, they kind of almost push the responsibility off on the feminine. Like, instead of being like, oh, this energy draws me in and like, I want to be the one who this person is with, right? You know, I want to level up. I want to make sure I'm meeting them where they're at. Instead of that, I feel like they kind of like almost like, again, like pushed the energy off onto the responsibility off onto the feminine with that rules card we saw, where it's like, you know, they like, you know, may have been really jealous, really possessive, really demanding, very much wanting to stay in their comfort zone. And this is what's caused this kind of rift or misalignment, this like kind of, what's the word I'm thinking of? This sort of tear in their own energy, for lack of a better term, because half of them is kind of still stuck in the past and not wanting to give up what they know. And the other half is feeling called forward, and to move toward the feminine for them means moving toward their own evolution. And that is something that they both want, but they also feel very, very threatened by. It's a threat to their sense of power because they also recognize how much power the feminine is holding here. And I do feel like they are looking, I feel like this is a thing where they both want to protect themselves. I'm also getting that this person wants to protect the feminine, right? We have the number 5 with the 32 reducing down to 5. This person does want to protect themselves from change, but this person also wants to protect the feminine from any sense of like chaos, conflict. So this person, if you're the feminine here, this person might keep tabs on you. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we see like the Page of Swords or the 7 of Swords showing up when we do your tarot. This person might keep tabs on you. This person might keep an ear to the ground. I feel like this person tries to make sure you're okay, like quite a lot without you realizing, especially with Queen of the Night, like they move in the shadows. This also might be a situation where the feminine especially might work in like the nightlife industry, or might work a lot in the evening, or work in like, yeah, like some type of like entertainment industry. They work at night in a context where they are seen by many, right? The masculine feels like the feminine is a star, and they both love that about the feminine, but then they also feel threatened because they're feeling this combination of like a fear that they're not good enough, as well as this calling to change their life. And it's like this like battle within where they're like, oh, I really want to be with this person, and like I want to make these changes anyway. Okay, I'll do it. And then if something sort of throws them off, they kind of get triggered and insecure, and instead of using that as an opportunity to do the work, like let's say, you know, if you guys were out somewhere and you're the feminine, right? If you get hit on at a bar, instead of using that as an opportunity, like that feeling of jealousy or insecurity as an opportunity to dig deep and be like, why do I feel like that? And address it, and like just be able to kind of very openly like let you know, like, hey, this isn't your fault, but I'm trying to let you know. That made me feel a little bit insecure. I just wanted to say it just so we get it out of the way, right? You know, taking responsibility for their own emotions and not blaming you for how they feel over things that you have no control over, right? Instead, I feel like they kind of tried to be controlling and be like, well, you know, why are you wearing that? Like, you shouldn't be so flirtatious, or like, you know, just making a lot of rules for you, like, all right, don't walk away with anybody's like phone number, you know, things like, I'm not saying that's a problem, but like they're trying to regulate the feminine instead of checking in with themselves. And having boundaries in a relationship is of course healthy and necessary. That's not the problem, but they're not doing the internal work that goes along with making those boundaries healthy, making them known. And like, again, and I say that because we had that rules energy showing up. So I feel like this was sort of the dynamic at play. But what this person really wants you to know first and foremost is that this connection is a damn wake-up call for them. And if you felt like they were kind of like dragging their feet, if you felt like they were sort of giving you a hard time, you felt like they were kind of avoiding making changes that needed to be made, they absolutely were. And they know it. Some part of them understands that. But you know, excuse my burp, in the heart and soul, what this person wants you to know is that if you're going through a separation, or for some of you, it's not an outright separation because we have infinite connection. For some of you, it's just like you're going through a really, really tough time, and it's almost like maybe the honeymoon phase ended and now you're in like the power struggle phase, and you're kind of like not seeing each other a lot. Or you might, for some of you, you might be at a distance from one another. And this person is really struggling with being far away from you, and it's because they are not with you, and it's triggering control issues for them. It's triggering issues of their own power, and they might kind of like push that off onto you, right? About like, oh, I don't want you going out to, you know, bars by yourself if I'm not there with you, right? It's stuff like that where it's like they're not really utilizing these opportunities as a chance to dig a little deeper within themselves. So there's something here where there's a phase of the relationship that has ended, right? And this person wants you to know, heart to heart, soul to soul, what I'm hearing, they know they're being a jackass in some way, like some way, shape, or form. They know they're being a jackass about stuff, and they're like, yeah, I know. They'll probably never say that to your face, or if so, it will be a very long time from now. But they are aware that they're not, you know, they're not making the highest aligned, highest vibrational choices, and they know that. And deep down, they understand that like things were not sustainable. And this also can refer to their own life, right? Especially if they were sort of maybe a little bit immature, or they were kind of like a player, or there was some part of their life that they internally, deep down, they knew it was time to change. They needed to make a change. And this may have been when you came into their life, right? It's like, again, you beckon to them spiritually, energetically to change, right? To evolve. This person may have been very much about the material world. Like I said, you know, very much about just like about money, or very much about status, or just like enjoying the physical pleasures of this world without really ever digging deeper. And I feel like this connection made this person do this, made this person kind of like wake up. And they have been resisting it. I feel like for many of you, they are still resisting it, but they are thinking about it, right? And then even if, you know, whether you're in separation or not, or this is just a low point in the relationship, or, you know, you're just apart from this person and you're wondering if they're missing you while you're apart, I feel like, we'll see what comes out with your tarot, but they do sort of miss you. I feel like they also are a little afraid of you. They're intimidated by you. So part of them really misses you because they're very attracted to your light, very attracted to your energy, finds you very physically attractive, very with the heart here, very attracted to your love, right? They're very drawn in by you, right? Like this is, you know, a moth to a flame. But I think this also scares them because there's a sense of power that they normally wield, and they feel like they don't have it with you. They feel like, the thing is, it is, you know, it can be about how you look. It can be about how you love them. It can be about all those things, but part of it is also about just your energy, right? And what you bring to the table. And this is something that they know in order to make things work with you, in order to stick with you, in order to be close with you, in order to move forward, they have to change. And they know it's time, but they have been resistant, right? It's like, I'm trying to think of a good example. I can't right now, but you know, they understand that. And as a result, they're kind of struggling and going back and forth within themselves. When I made this card in particular, I tried to make it look like, you know, a little bit chaotic almost. And this is because this is the energy that they're trying to kind of, you know, it's like the colors are really pretty and like there's, you know, all these really interesting things going on, but it's meant to feel a little chaotic because like there are a lot of beautiful things. There are, you know, there's a lot of feeling, a lot of emotions, a lot of, you know, a cacophony of colors. But there's also this kind of dizzying sort of upheaval up in the air feeling. That's what your person's going through right now when it comes to you. So do they miss you so far? It looks like part of them does miss you, but I also don't think that they're consciously thinking about it. In fact, they may be pushing those thoughts away in their conscious mind because of what you bring, and it's like you're the harbinger for change, and they're afraid of it. So they are very attracted to you. They love you. They are very drawn to you, but they are also afraid of you, and that's why there's this push-pull. So let's pull you some tarot and dig a little deeper. Do I want to flip this? No, I don't want to flip this. No, but it is this one. But I flipped this one. So, cool. Yeah, the Page of Cups reversed at the bottom. They know they have to kind of grow up a little bit, and they're intimidated. So we have the Three of Swords reversed. Okay. Woof, there it is, the Tower. Bam. The Knight of Pentacles, all right. And the Magician, okay, I see. Okay, so I want to mention we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here, and we have Gemini and Virgo here. So heavy Virgo, does not have to be. This is exactly what we're talking about. First of all, you may have had a really healing effect on this person. This person may have had some, hang on, I'm grabbing my coffee. It's like right nearby. Oh, it's my iced coffee, yes. Thank you, universe. This person may have had some really challenging relationships in the past, and this person may have been a little bit jaded from that experience. You know, we talked about maybe this person was kind of a player, was sort of used to doing what they wanted, right? They kind of were not grounded or lacking in maturity. And this may be because they had, you know, some type of relationship in their life, whether romantic or otherwise, that just like broke their fucking heart. And they felt very just like stabbed in the back by it. And part of why you may have been called into their life is to help kind of heal this. And this has been healed within them. And this also might be the trepidation here. It's like, I finally healed from this situation, or this, you know, group 1, they helped me heal from this situation. It's like, I finally have mended my heart, or group 1 has helped me mend my heart, just to have to give it away again. And I feel like they're at this tipping point, especially if things were going very well for a while, or seemingly going really well, and then they kind of got rocky or separation happened. I feel like spending time with you is healing for them. Your energy, your presence is healing for them. And so it's like, you spent all this time together, you did, you know, things were going really well. And I feel like it's hard for you, where it's almost like, so I helped you work through these things, or, you know, my energy is healing for you. And the way that I'm kind of repaid for this is that you then break it off, or you make my life difficult, right? You know, I'm sorry if I made it hard on you. It's kind of this confusion about like, what? What are we doing? But that's the hesitation I feel this person is going through, right? Where it's kind of like, I have now emotionally healed, and that I'm happy about that. I'm grateful for that. But now, am I ready to give my heart away again? So for some of you, that's what your person has been going through. Like I said, for some, they have just been like, absolutely had their heart smashed to pieces in the past. In some part of their life, some person in their life did this. And so there's this feeling that they've kind of like learned to live with it, or they've gotten over it. The way they've protected themselves is by maybe being inconsistent, or by, you know, only going so far into a commitment and then kind of burning it down, right? Or like letting it go. But you came in like a damn wrecking ball here to really wake them up and like light up their life and make them realize like, you can't keep living the way you're living. There is something unstable in their life, likely having to do with their emotions. We have this lightning bolt looks like a W. So the letter W, or I guess if you flipped it over, the letter M might be important here. But there's something where you just made them realize, like, I have to make a change, right? This connection could have been very unexpected, sort of like come in out of nowhere and just shaken up both of your lives. But they understand, like, what I'm doing isn't serving me. What I'm doing isn't sustainable. They get it. And this is, again, very much the same energy of like, I've got to change my entire life. And I feel like, you know, in terms of this person recognizes they have to be more consistent. This person recognizes that they need to come in and be more stable, and they are trying to find their power in this new identity. And I do feel like they are getting there, but it is a slow journey, right? I feel like the way they have identified with their power in the past has been, like I said, to seek out material things, right? To seek out just the enjoyment of the moment. They might be somebody who is able to, with the magician here, kind of like put on a good show, somebody who's able to seem very put together. And that's why they never let anyone get too close, because there's been things that they don't want to show other people. And so I feel like they went to go do their normal shtick with you, where they're, you know, things are working and they're having a good time. And then when it gets to that layer where they usually push people away, that's where I feel like they couldn't fully let you go. So maybe this is somebody who gets in contact with you from time to time. It's like they went to go do their normal routine where it's like, all right, now, you know, we've been together X amount of time, or they know this much about me. It's time to go, like, it's time to leave, right? Or it's time to, you know, it's time to give this person a hard time, so they break it off with me, things like that. And I think that the hard part for them is that they cannot let you go, right? Excuse my burp, I'm sorry. They cannot fully let you go. And I think it's really interesting that in this version of the magician, we have the little owl here, which is, you know, your wisdom and your intuition. This person is wiser now because of your presence in their life. And that's why they are trying to follow their intuition. They are trying to align their life. They are still fighting their ego very heavily, but they are making progress. So they do miss you, but I also feel like their attention is very much diverted away to this transformation process. I want to kind of figure out, what is the way I want to phrase this? I want to figure out how this person's doing in their journey, right? Okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles. I really like that. The 9 of Pentacles. Okay, we like this. The 8 of Cups. All right, and final answer. The Ten of Swords, beautiful. Yeah, Judgment at the bottom in reverse. You woke them up. They are fighting it a little bit. Okay, so in terms of where this person is in their healing journey and like their awakening, they, like I said, making steady progress with the Seven of Pentacles. Slow moving, might be taking longer than you want for sure. We see that here, but they are moving forward. There will be growth. There is abundance here, right? We see that right here with the abundance. Like there is growth in this. And with the Nine of Pentacles, first of all, this person could be working on their career potentially. I feel like this person could run away and bury themselves in work to not deal with this. But this is nice because this is really saying, like, with the Nine of Pentacles here, this person's really been working on their self-worth. That's what's been buried beneath all of this. That's also why when they see you shining, they see you, where did it go? There it is. They see you shining as you are. It's been a little triggering for them, right? So this is why instead of working on their own light, aligning their life in the past, I feel like they made rules for you. They tried to control you. They tried to, instead of trying to control themselves, which would require they do the inner work, they were trying to kind of look elsewhere to deal with the problem instead of looking at the only place they can actually do anything, which is internally. And that's because at the heart of all of this, like I said, are self-worth problems that come from, I feel like, past heartbreak, whether this is, you know, a difficult childhood, tough romantic relationships, etc. This person had really closed off their heart, and then you came in and you're like, haha, not today, bitch, and really just made them open up and feel. And I think that's what scared the shit out of them. Because we then have the Eight of Cups, and so I'm like, all right, this is walking away from something that doesn't serve you anymore. I love to see that, and that's why I was like, what's the final card? What are they walking away from? The Ten of Swords. They're walking away from heartbreak. They're walking away from painful endings of the past. We have a 10. This is the end of a cycle, right? They're really doing their best to walk away from that and to walk toward feeling good about themselves, to walk toward a healthy sense of self-worth, to walk toward, you know, an abundant relationship with self so they can offer that to you. So do they miss you? Yes, but I do feel like it's not, you know, they're not sitting there pining, mostly because a lot of their time and energy is going toward this transformation process where they are trying to fight their ego. It's interesting to me too. We have these two cards that are in daylight and these two cards which are depicted at night. Daylight, night. I don't know why I just noticed that, but like it really is. They're trying to kind of come out of the darkness. And similarly too, we have two like darkness cards, two daylight cards here. But they are trying to come out of the darkness. They are trying to be more, you know, more enlightened. They are trying to kind of leave this really difficult cycle behind because they understand that it's time to move on. They understand it's time to allow the old to fall apart, to fall away so the new can come together and they can be together with you in a very healthy way. So I hope this has been helpful. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. But it's been an honor and a joy to read for you. I hope I get to again in the future. I'm wishing you the best, the brightest, the most beautiful things that life has to offer. Take care, love bugs. Bye. Hello, group 2. So you chose this lapis lazuli. I'm looking, I don't know if you can see, but it looks like there's almost some little like gold flakes right here. You know, lapis lazuli is a stone associated with the third eye chakra. I almost feel like intuitively you can pick up on a shift and a change in the energy with this person. The gold always makes me think of like that abundance, like you're finally reaching your reward, reaching something positive coming into fruition. There's a lot still to be had, a lot still to be said, right? And so I feel like intuitively, this isn't showing up in your reality, but intuitively, you know that things are shifting and changing with the person you're asking about. in a positive way, whatever that might mean, and we'll look at the cards. But yeah, actually, how do I want to do this? I want to do this one first. So I'm going to be pulling oracle cards to look at if your person misses you. I'm already feeling your person's like a lot more Yeah, I was going to say, okay, at the bottom of the deck, we pulled these two. Future, a year from today, you'll be on your way. But this was the one I was looking at. 717, star seeds, light codes, awaken love. Your person knows that they love you. They're not fighting it. Unlike group one, your person's not fighting the fact they love you. In fact, if you're in separation with this person, I almost feel like there were maybe other circumstances that were getting in the way. Yeah, happiness at the bottom of the deck. This person really enjoys being around you. So maybe this is like, you know, you went, like somebody got a job across the country and you, yeah, compassion even, look. Somebody got a job across the country and you had to, like, somebody had to move, or, you know, you both went to different schools. It was a long distance thing, but it just didn't work out because of logistics. There's something here where I feel like this isn't over. If this is something where, you know, you're not in separation, you're just having a tough time, this might be, I'm almost picking up a little bit of like depression. So maybe somebody has been struggling with their mental health concerns. But I kind of feel like there's still a lot of love here. So yeah, I'm definitely picking up. Yeah, look at the bottom of this one. Do you remember the time when our souls didn't know each other? Yeah, me neither. We'll meet again, I promise. This isn't over. Whatever this is, no matter what stage you're at, this isn't, you know, this isn't over. And intuitively, I think you know that. But let's see what you have. Does your person miss you? I'll be pulling tarot momentarily, but I just want to look. Wow, yeah, 444, angelic support, divine alignment, foundations. Okay, so you might be seeing repeating fours. What direction do I want to go with this? Maybe this here. Yeah, okay, mirror, who or what is triggering you? I just want to get them all out first, then we'll talk about it. We have cleansing with lavender. This is card 5. Ah, I'm making a mess, you guys. I'm ruining everything. Yeah, unity, 42 that reduces to a 6 with pyramidal orchid. I may have mispronounced that. Correct me in the comments, gently and lovingly, please. Let me see, we have card 80, so that reduces to an 8, and that's fear. Look at that, that's a powerful image. I'm like, ooh, Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa. All right, there you go. Yeah, look at that. We have old wounds. Okay, I can already see what's coming in here. Again, another very powerful image. This is 56. That reduces to an 11, which reduces to a 2. And I did want to say, this is my oracle deck. This is my first one that I've created for our beautiful blossoming community. It's a sacred oracle of things left unsaid. And this is really meant to be a facilitator for like heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul conversation. So if we could say what we wanted to say to somebody without all the ego crap in the way and all the business of being human that complicates things, this is what your person would want to say if they could. Excuse me. So we have, oh yeah, I wish you had told, or excuse me, I wish I had told you when it mattered most, but I'm telling you now, I love you endlessly. See, again, very sweet energy. Oh my God. You made me believe in magic again. You see that? I love the, oh God, I love that. Okay, cool. Sweet. I think we can mostly see this. I'm really bad at putting things even or in the frame. It's a whole thing. If you've been here for a minute, you know. Okay, cool, but you can see it. So, okay, this is actually a pretty straightforward, concise message. I feel for a lot of you, this is most likely a separation situation. And the reason why, so we have, I feel like this is almost like the kind of anxious avoidant relationship dynamic, right? I feel like you came, especially if you're the feminine, one person came to the other with so much love. Look at all these hearts. It's just like propelling them forward. She's like, oh yeah, get ready. I'm gonna love your ass off, man. So, you know, especially with this reducing to a 2, really came to this with an element of teamwork, partnership, you know, balance, etc. Really coming in to give the love, and the masculine, or, you know, whoever this is in the relationship, I'm just saying the masculine because that's what it kind of looks like here, had, you know, we have this broken heart, had some unhealed old wounds that kind of made them put up a little bit of a wall. This also may be like I was talking about, where there's maybe a little bit of mental health struggles, like somebody may have been struggling with depression, and that kind of impacted how they showed up in the relationship. But one person was very effusive, very loving, very ready to have this relationship, and the other one was kind of kind of putting up a little bit of a wall. There's like a little bit of distance. Now, the reason why I was saying something like maybe an anxious avoidant type of relationship instead of like an avoidant and secure relationship is because this, I feel like, was very difficult for the feminine. This rejection or this fear of abandonment is what triggered a massive fear in the feminine. And we see this here with mirror. You guys were meant to trigger this up within each other. There's so much water here as well. And it's really that you guys are afraid of the same thing in so many words. And with all the roses, these are the fears that you have in love, with your own emotions, with your subconscious. These were trying to be triggered up again. There is a lot of love here as well. You know, we do have, we have this unity and this desire for unity, and like, just these things, like, look at, you made me believe in magic again. This is how they're feeling about you. You know, I wish I had told you when it mattered the most, but I'm telling you now that I love you endlessly. This is a very sweet soul. They may have some throat chakra blockages, some difficulties communicating, because it's like, I almost feel like they've had time to be in silence. They've had time to be by themselves. And they've had time to really think about this. They may have gotten, you know, I'm looking at angelic support. They may have gotten some type of support, like gone to therapy. They may have just kind of started getting in touch with their own spirituality. And it's because with foundations, again, this was meant to mirror and trigger up some issues that you both had in your emotional foundation, so they could be cleansed, they could be healed, and it could make room for greater unity. Excuse me. Excuse me. But this person has had a lot of time to think about you and to think about the situation. And I'm almost kind of feeling like I feel like they didn't have the bandwidth to deal with the problems before. So maybe you were like, hey, I feel like you're shutting me out. You know, what's going on? Or like, this is what I need out of this relationship. This person, I will say, could have straight up ghosted, just because, you know, she's like clutching her chest and leaning over, and we have this big, shadowy, scary thing, right? So this could be where it's like your worst fears kind of unfolding. So this person could have like straight up ghosted. I'm not getting that feeling. I just feel like they kind of dropped off in communication until, you know, maybe you drew a boundary with them, or they finally were like, look, I need a break. And it's because I just feel like it was almost like too much, like, whoa, I can't even think about this right now, right? We have this mountain image right here, and it's like they're doing this healing, this cleansing work, in the lavender, like really trying to like soothe their emotions, soothe their soul. And I feel like they saw this connection as like this massive mountain to scale. So it's like, I do want to, but I don't have the energy. I don't have the bandwidth. I don't have the emotional capacity or the skills. You know, there's something where it felt like I can't do this right now. I don't know what to do with this. And I feel like before they were really, really struggling with this, and they're kind of in a better place now. I do still feel like they're healing, but they are thinking a lot about you, thinking about the kind of, you know, we have 2 of these plants here. So thinking about you together, you know, as a unit, thinking about how well you could work together and fit together. You know, you made me believe in magic again. Something about you, something about the way you appeared in this person's life, the way you are with them just feels like magic. They just are like, man, God, I love group 2. And they're frustrated with themselves too, right? We have all these colors here. And so as opposed to, you know, like very limited color spectrum here, and you know, we'll have like a couple colors appear in each of these cards. It's like they've had time to think and reflect on all the different emotions that you bring, all the different feelings that they feel when they're with you. They've had time, and this is why I feel like maybe you've been in separation with this person for a minute, for many of you. Or, you know, things maybe have been difficult. Maybe this person's been struggling with their mental health for a while. But it's like they really see the full spectrum of what was going on here. They now understand it. They may have started to, like I said, see a therapist or do like research about attachment theory, just because I'm kind of seeing those dynamics here. Even from a spiritual sense, they may have started learning about spiritual connections, or like runner-chaser dynamic. There's something where I feel like they've been getting insight and support, even if it's just from conversations with people around them, where they're like, oh, I recognize what was happening. They have now learned something that they didn't know before. They're like, oh, okay, I see myself in that. Yep, for sure. And this has been part of this healing process. And I feel like most likely you have been doing the same, but this is the biggest thing where they wish you knew this. Is like, I wish I had told you when it counted, and I'm mad at myself that I didn't, But if I could tell you anything without having to worry about what do we do next, right? Can I handle this? Without all the fears of being human, if I could take all those away, if I could just tell you anything, I want to tell you I love you endlessly. I love you with my whole heart and soul. You know, we have this angelic energy with the 444. They feel safe with you. They feel a certain amount of like stability with you. They think there could be a lot of stability. It just felt like maybe it was too much too soon. I'm also noticing we have 4, 5, and 6. So there is progression forward, but it may have just kind of been like too fast for them before. And now they're kind of like, okay, I dealt with all this stuff, or I'm in a better place. And now I'm really thinking about this and thinking about what to do next, right? And intuitively, you might have a very like spiritual psychic connection with this person. You might have a like guardian angel that's watching over this connection, but this person's now trying to figure out, they're really kind of like meditating on how to come toward you in a way that they weren't able to really process before. And this person wants you to know it's not because they didn't care. It's just because, and I feel like they look angry here, right? With the little, I don't know if you can see the little facial expression, but he's like, got a little frown and stuff, and I got the hand up. It's not that it was like, I don't want to be with you, I don't care about you, you know, get away from me. It was like, I can't even think about anything else right now. And, you know, I will say, because she's running in at him and we have this, like, you know, this fear, this may have been, like I said, kind of, you know, a little bit of an anxious, avoidant relationship. So you may have kind of been trying to soothe your own fears, your own attachment wounds in a way that would, you know, like that, just trying to soothe your own, you know, your own stuff, because we've all got our baggage, right? Trying to kind of deal with that. And that may have just kind of overwhelmed this person a little bit too much. But they want you to know, it's like, it's not that they don't care, quite the opposite. It's just that it was too much. It's like, I can't even carry another thing. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the 10 of Wands comes out. So let's pull you some tarot and dig a little deeper. Oh, I want to pull this bad boy. Nope, it's this way though. Okay, cool. Yeah, the Hanged Man reversed at the bottom. We have Pisces energy, so they have had that shift in perspective. They understand. Yep, 6 of Pentacles reversed. Oh, this deck is so cute, you guys. I never will get over it in my whole life, and that's just the way of it. Yeah, the Emperor. Okay, not surprised. We have Aries energy showing up. The World. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the 10 of Wands reversed. Oh my God, this is why I'm so glad that we're doing this live so you guys can see. So fuck it, we'll do it live. I'm trying to make sure you can see it. You know what? It's okay. This is good. This is good. Can you guys see this enough? Oh, nice. Okay, this is way better than I thought. All right, cool. So yeah, like I said, Aries energy showing up. This is exactly what we were talking about. This person knows that they were not meeting you where you were at. You were giving more than them, right? This is about reciprocity, generosity, good give and take. This person knows that they were not bringing their all to the table. They were not bringing their A game. And I think that was hard for them in some ways, because I think this person's used to being the emperor, right? This person is used to having good control over a situation, good control over themselves. I also feel like this person may be very used to suppressing their emotions, right? And like control in general might be very important to this person, and not controlling others, control over themselves might be very important to this person. So especially if they were struggling with their mental health or just processing something very difficult from the past, right? You may have kind of awakened these sort of old wounds, especially if they're like attachment wounds that they weren't aware that they were carrying. And I almost feel like it's something where it looks like they're mad at you, but they're not. They're almost mad at themselves, right? That's kind of what was going on, is like they were frustrated with themselves because they were feeling all of these things. And this relationship just happened to mirror that back to them. But they know that they were not meeting you halfway. They know that they weren't bringing their A game. And I also think that's why, if they have been taking space, whether this is an outright separation or you guys are just sort of like trying to figure things out, that's why, is because they've been trying really to deal with this, with the world. They've been trying to close out this cycle, to let this stuff go, to heal from this, right? Because they see you as magical. They see you as, you know, somebody worth loving with a full and healed heart, is what I'm hearing. And that's why they were working really hard. We have a card about the end of a massive cycle, and another card about the end of a cycle. They've been working very hard to release these burdens. Again, we said that couldn't carry one more thing. That was it. They couldn't do it. It's like, fuck it, I can't. They understand that they may have accidentally like hurt your feelings or been hurtful. They know that they weren't bringing their A game, and that's why it's almost this energy of like, they realized this, and it was like, okay, you know what? If I just keep my head down and I keep working on my healing journey, I'll get through it faster, right? It's almost like, hang on, let me deal with this, and then I'll get to you. But they also, I feel like in retrospect now that they've kind of gone through this healing process, they're feeling calmer, they're feeling better. They're kind of realizing like, oh shoot, maybe I should have dealt with that differently. I feel like they stand by their decision, but they may realize that they didn't handle it well in terms of the way they could have talked to you about it. So that is weighing very heavily on their mind. It's not even like heavily on their mind, but now they have freed up their bandwidth so they can focus on this situation more. So I want to kind of know what their plans are when it comes to you. So do they miss you? Absolutely. They really do. I want to know what their plans are when it comes to like next steps. Like again, I feel like you can sense intuitively. Did I flip this? No? Okay. That things are about to change. I want to look at this card but not take this. Yeah, 8 of Wands. There's about to be communication, fast forward movement. The Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. Yep, this was a divine timing thing, and I know nobody likes that, but now it's in your favor. So we have the Moon. All right, we have Cancer and Pisces energy showing up here. Oh, the Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness. Okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Knight of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And the Chariot. More Cancer energy. So much water. This person loves you. Holy shit. Okay, so in terms of what they're thinking of next, they want to make this work, right? We have the Knight of Swords rushing toward the Chariot. This is a card of victory. And, because we're the Black and White Sphinx, I talk about this a lot if you've ever gotten a personal reading with me and this card's come up, which thank you if you've ever gotten a personal reading with me. And just thank you for being here. I'm loving getting to share this with you. This to me is, the Charioteer is victorious, successful, right? Confident. And the reason why is because the Charioteer knows themselves, knows their light and their shadow. They work with their energy, not against it. They have mastered themselves and thus can handle anything else. And this is what your person has been going through, because I feel like your person thought they had mastered themselves with the Emperor energy. They thought that controlling themselves was the only way towards self-mastery, but there is something in their emotional landscape where I feel like they were holding it back, they were suppressing their emotions, and they realized that suppressing your emotions and controlling them like that isn't always the way to success, that the only real way to fully control yourself is to accept and integrate all parts of yourself. They've been going through this very, very significant change, and it is because of this connection, and they are trying to level up because of this connection. They want to be good enough for you. They want to be healed enough for you, because again, look at all that love, bringing all this love with, they see you as the Queen of Cups, somebody who is loving, somebody who is good with children, good with animals. Everybody loves you and you love everybody, and you bring this full, brimming, beautiful heart into the, into your, everything you do, into your relationships, into the lives of those you love. And they know that they have a lot of emotions for you. So there's this combination here where they recognize that you stir up their emotions in a beautiful way, but that also has meant with the Moon, this is your emotions, but this is also your subconscious, that also recognizes how that triggered up old wounds that they were not really fully aware, unconscious of. So what they're thinking of next is they have gone through this where they've really had to navigate and face their fears, right? You both have. But in terms of what this person wants next, this person sees you as the Queen of Cups. This person sees you as, a soulmate, as counterpart material, as spouse material. And this person wants to rush toward victory, and they are planning how. If anything, they're probably getting a little bit antsy, and maybe that's why you can feel that in their energy, because they're getting ready to move. And we saw this with the Wheel of Fortune and then the 8 of Wands. They are getting ready to move towards you and to communicate with you. And they might not fully communicate everything they've been going through, but they want to at least give you enough so you know it's not about you. And they want to talk about how to make this work, how to make this connection successful. You know, with all the fours here as well, how to create stability here. With this Cancerian energy, this could be about, you know, living together, traveling together. This could be like moving, you know, we talked about long distance, moving toward each other, closing the gap. But this is just about how do we make this happen, right? We have the moon here and then the sun is beaming in this card. How do we move forward? How do we make something work between us, right? Because they are very, very determined to have that with you. So, you know, long and short of it, do they miss you? Absolutely. They do not want to let you go. What you choose to do with that information is absolutely up to you, love bug. But they want to make it work and they don't care what it takes. And they have been on this self-healing, self-improvement journey to try to become the person they feel you deserve, the person they know you need them to be, right? Because they will, pretty much what it is, and they might not ever say this in words, is they will do what it takes to get to be with you, even if that means putting the relationship on the back burner temporarily in this situation. They wanted to be ready for you. So, and the last thing I wanted to say too is, again, because of this Emperor kind of like control sort of vibe, if things were going really well and then it seemed like they just kind of hit a wall or there was a halt, this is why. Because I feel like they didn't know that they had these old wounds and it triggered them up, and it's kind of like, whoa, like they put the brakes on it because they weren't aware it was there. They weren't like, yeah, I've got this issue, but we'll see how far we get with it. They felt like they were ready, and then it was kind of like this brought something up out of their subconscious they weren't aware of, right? Your subconscious and your moon energy can also talk about things that are in your blind spot a little bit. So I just wanted to make that known, because I feel like if things were going well and then they kind of fell apart, this isn't because they actively, knowingly, like, knew they had a problem and then they were just like, I'll make them deal with it. Group 2 can handle it. Or like, whatever, we'll see what happens. No, this was unexpected for them. And you really open their emotions, really open their heart, and they love that about you. They love your Queen of Cups energy. And I want to make one more note too. This also might apply to, you may have helped expand their spiritual and psychic awareness, because the Queen of Cups is very intuitive and we have the moon here. So this is just about everything I'm seeing for group 2. I hope this has been helpful. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. It's been an honor and a joy to get to read for you today, and I hope I get to again in the future. I am wishing you the best, the brightest, the most beautiful things that life has to offer, love bugs. Take care, okay? All right, bye. Oh, the birds, they are singing. The birds are singing. Okay. Now it's in my head. Shoot. It's not anticipating that. All right. Hi, group 3. I don't know why. I've never gotten this with this stone before, but I just heard fire. Like, so some of you might be fire signs or dealing with fire signs. Some of you, I feel like, because, you know, whenever we have the point, I always think about like focused intention, manifestation. Some of you are like, this has nothing to do with this reading, but some of you are like on fire. Maybe you've been really working on yourself. You've been kind of getting your shit together. Maybe this is something that's like your person is noticing, even if you're in separation or, you know, you're just not seeing each other a whole lot. Your person might be noticing from afar. But I feel like you're getting your confidence in a huge way. Like, you're getting your confidence back, or it's growing. Like, you're on it. Keep it going. Keep it coming. I like this for you. So I don't know why. I know it's not really about your reading, but that's what I was kind of picking up as soon as I put it down. Especially too, because this is fluorite, and I'm not super well versed in crystals. I'm still learning, so correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But fluorite is definitely associated a lot with a certain element of healing, like a lot of healing energy. So I feel like if you're on your healing journey, keep it up, keep it going. You're fucking killing it, dog. Good for you, honey. So this is going to be looking at, does your person miss you? So I'm just going to pull a bunch of oracle cards, and then, okay. I want to look at this one, but not keep it. 10-10, shifting timelines, wholeness, completion. Like I said, I feel like you are reaching a new state of wholeness within yourself. You are completing a cycle. Okay. So yeah, exactly. 333 is at the bottom. You're really expanding. You're transforming. Good for you. I want some of that. I want to give me some of what you're doing here. Like, whew. So does your person miss you? Interesting. Okay, so then these two cards came out. At the bottom, we have fear of commitment as well. So your person may have really struggled with a fear of commitment. You may have been struggling with a fear of commitment as well, just because that was depicted with the feminine. So if you're the feminine, then you might be struggling. Hello, Nuggetto. That's my cat. Oh yeah, and we have dedication at the bottom too. So I feel like one person was showing up. I feel like this is you guys though. You guys are showing up as very dedicated to this connection, very much like, where did he go? I was trying to make sure I could see where my cat goes because he likes to claw stuff, especially my seat. And I'm like, don't claw my butt. Don't do it. Interesting. So this is, okay, I'm going to tell you guys something. I know I'm saying it like I'm having a secret here. So when I threw down this card and I'm like, does your person miss you? I heard no. And then I just wanted to look at this card. Stick around. We'll see what comes out. And we have the Star Mother. How can you mother yourself right now? I feel like you're in this energy for yourself. You're taking care of yourself. You're loving yourself. Again, that doesn't mean your person doesn't miss you. It's often a lot more complicated than just a yes or a no. But I feel like you're really working on yourself. Maybe this person was just being kind of like, kind of a fuckboy, not giving you the time of day, and you're kind of like, great, don't give me the time of day, watch me shine, I'm gonna do it myself. Yeah, I just want to look at the top card. We have, you might not believe it, but I want you to know you did the right thing in our situation. So maybe you cut this person off. Wow, look at this. So I have two cards in this deck, and they always start with, I've heard the question you've been asking, and then one is a yes and one is no. The answer is no. Interesting. Okay, so, and I know that's not always sometimes what people want to hear, you know, so I would encourage you to stick around because some of the information that comes through might be something that's explanatory or that's like, you know, kind of like soothing for you, right? That might like make you feel kind of better or validated or supported. So I would encourage you to stick around, but I feel like you're on your shit. I feel like you have got your shit together. This person may have been being kind of like a little bit of a fuckboy about things, like not committing, sort of like, you know, giving you the runaround. What are you doing, Nugget? Oh, hi, buddy. I know. Sorry. This is my cute little cat. You want to see? Come here, bub. This is my cat, Nugget. Isn't he a cute little boppo? I love you, buddy. He's the one who's always getting fur all over the tarot board. Yeah, he's mad because I'm using it right now. Hi, I know. I love you. Okay, sorry. Now that I've gotten distracted by a cute animal today, let's look at your oracle cards because I want to get into this. So we have counting minutes, counting minutes adds the digits, patience. We have the hands of the clock here at 11 and 12. This to me is like an 11th hour kind of thing. This person might have green or hazel eyes. That might be you. But whenever I see the card, like the hands almost at like 12, right? Both hands at 12. So either like, it always makes me think of the clock striking midnight. This is like the 11th hour. Wow, yes, white hibiscus with respect. Card 36, that reduces to a 9. I have so much to say, you guys. And we have another 9, so forget me not. Oh, okay, I can see why this is difficult. All right, let's see what we have here. Wow, holy shit. Okay, sorry, protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Drought, 74, that reduces to an 11, which reduces to a 2. And as you guys saw, we have letting go. That's a 6. We have responsiveness, excuse me, sorry, which is a 19. That's a 10/1. Yep. Okay, and then these are from my own oracle deck that I have made for our blossoming community, and it's the sacred oracle of things left unsaid. So this is, if we could have heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul conversations without all of the ego fears and triggers and pride and BS in the way, what would this person want to say to you, right? As a soul, you know, as somebody who your soul knows in this life journey, as you're, you know, helping each other evolve. From that standpoint, what does this person want you to know about the time you've spent together or the experiences you had together? Okay, there's still time to make changes. Nothing has been lost. Interesting. Oh, yeah, see? Do you remember the time when our souls didn't know each other? Me neither. We'll meet again, I promise. And, okay, here it is. Sometimes I get angry with myself thinking about all of the moments I wasted not telling you how I truly felt. Okay, buckle up, my sweet babies. We've got some shit to talk about. First and foremost, these two cards right here, these are soul connection cards to me, right? This always makes me think of the Six of Cups. This is most likely a past life connection where something is getting resolved. You have known each other many times before. You may have felt that when you met, where there's this immediate sort of like recognition. You might have felt like magnetically drawn to one another, like you couldn't leave each other alone. There could be karmic contracts involved in this situation. But you know each other. You go way back, spiritually speaking. You just vibe. You get along. Can you guys see all the cards here? Yeah, okay, you can see them for the most part, I think. It's not my strong suit, but we're working on it. Okay. Yeah, you guys just know each other. I feel like, so with drought, this person was not meeting you where you're at. You know, we think about drought with being a lack of water. Water is always kind of indicative of our emotions, right? We even have the water wheel here. Our emotions. Excuse me. And this person, I feel like, was not respecting your emotional needs. This person's got this energy of kind of a fuckboy, and I'm not gonna lie. And that doesn't mean that they are, that doesn't mean they have the soul of a fuckboy. But I think that this person is struggling with their emotional maturity, right? I think this person, because look at this letting go card, right? We have a masculine in a boat, and he is sailing away. Look, he's even got a little red flag. You guys, I'm gonna die. Okay, hang on. It's really funny. I got to recover from that. And it's interesting. We have the same feminine depicted here, here, and here, right? So first of all, something I want to say is this person, I feel like when they are emotionally triggered, they run, right? They really, especially like we have the dolphins here, and dolphins are like kind of like known as being like more psychic animals. So there's a spiritual past life connection here. And I feel like they get very triggered by it. So they get all up in their feelings. They might be prone to like blowing up. What I'm getting with responsiveness is I feel like this might be a back and forth thing, right? So, you know, they come toward you. This is a very Knight of Wands vibe. They come toward you. They want to, you know, get together. They want to hook up. They tell you you know, oh, now I have more time. I'm not as busy with work. You know, I don't have as much drama going on. They want to connect with you, and they kind of dangle a relationship or something more committed, or even just something that's more your speed in front of you, right? Whatever it is you've been asking for. Because I feel like that's the thing. This person struggles with their own power, so they try to take yours from you. And it's not personal to you. It's them acting out their own crap, right? Because they feel powerless within themselves, particularly within their emotions. So it feels like they come toward you, they kind of elude or imply what it is that you want, because they know what you want. They know you well enough. I feel like you guys go way back. This also, you know, both spiritually, this also could be somebody you've known for a very long time, and you've had this back and forth kind of thing. This could be somebody you've known since adolescence, I'm picking up, kind of like, again, Six of Cups vibe. But this is something where you've had to be very patient with them, so patient. Like, I'm picking that up as like, God damn it, I'm too patient. And what this person, I feel like, does is they are triggered, like I said, by their emotions, by the connection here. They're triggered by your maturity here, right? So they come in and they offer this thing that they know you want, whatever it might be at any given stage. They imply it, they outright say it, they start moving toward it with you, and then they cut you off. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump the board. They cut you off, right? And this is this wishy-washy sort of bullshit, right? That I'm kind of picking up on. And I'm getting like amped up about it because I feel like you're very frustrated, and I wouldn't blame you. Again, the 11th hour, when you're just ready to walk away and cut them off, that's when they come back in. We have 2 9s, and 9s are always wrapping up a cycle because 10s are about the completion of a cycle. You know, 10s always are the end of a cycle, and they simplify to a 1, so it's now the beginning of a new cycle. And it's like they try to catch you before this cycle fully ends, and I feel like they've kept you in limbo for a very long time because of that. Excuse me. And I feel like with this person, you have had to really set a boundary. Maybe you've been thinking about doing this, or you've already done this or you've done this many times. But the eclipse in the last like month or so, and this is a timeless reading, but about a month ago roughly, we had our eclipses. And so this may have really shaken something loose in you and your dynamic with this person. Because we have a masculine in the boat and a masculine here, for some of you, you cut this person off and you started seeing somebody else. And that's what's caused this person with responsiveness. You see how he's got his arms wide open, she's running down the hill to him. This person, when they feel like you are slipping away from them, whether you just don't want to have any part in it, whether they think you're dating somebody else, this person can't let the connection go, right? I feel like you are in the process of doing that, but this person can't let the connection go. And they want to see, they kind of try to see if they can get you back at any point because it validates them. They really do have love for you. This is why I feel like you guys may have been like friends and it turned into something more, or like a will they, won't they thing where you're like friends, or it's just like the friends with benefits, off again, on again. There is a genuine mutual appreciation and affection, again, because you have this soul-based connection. But it's like anything, the whole entire point of this is to trigger up some old patterns. This is why I'm thinking this person might be karmic for you, or you might have a lot of karma to clear with this person. Because this person needs to learn how to honor important connections. That's what they are being called and prompted to work on. And with this, you know, there's still time to make changes. Nothing has been lost. I don't feel like that's exactly what they would say to you, but what I'm getting is that's almost spirit saying that to this person is like, you have time to make changes. Maybe you're still thinking about cutting this person off and you haven't like taken action on it yet. Maybe this is something where, you know, you've put up a boundary like, hey, if you get your shit together and you do X, Y, and Z, we can entertain this. You know, it's not lost yet. It's not all done. I'm not going to shut the door on you forever, but I'm also, you know, I'm also not going to hold on to bullshit. If you want to run away, I'm going to let you run away, right? And I feel like feels like there's a turning point here where maybe in the past you've chased after them, but this time they're waiting for you to come back. They're like trying to see if they can get you to come toward them in this very roundabout, immature way, and you're not doing it. And I feel like you're calling back your power because you're really finding this new level of respect for yourself, and you may have been very patient, very flexible with them before. And it's like you're laying down the line, you know, you're laying down the law, you're drawing a line in the sand because you're like, nope, I've given you the opportunity to respect me on your own terms. I've been flexible. I've given you the opportunity to deal with your shit and to, you know, come toward me at your own pace. You know, but like making steady, consistent steps, even if they're little steps, steady, consistent steps toward me, and you have opted to not take me up on this offer, and I'm not going to emotionally starve myself in order to feed you, in order to feed, you know, your ego, your wounds, your fears, like, right, in order to soothe you. I'm not going to, you know, yeah, I'm not going to, it's not even just like take from myself. It's again with drought. It's like, I'm not going to let myself die on this hill for somebody who can't even show up for me a little bit, right? And it's interesting, so interesting, we have drought and then we have all this water here, right? And so I feel like with this being a healing card, you've really kind of let go of the need to have this person. Again, there's a rope coming off the boat and she's waving and it's kind of just like, okay, if you want to go, you go. You know what? I have other options. I have other things I could be doing. You know, I understand. I feel like you're in a good place with this where you're like, I realize this is not about me. I do kind of feel like you're still a little bit miffed and I don't blame you. And maybe this is a little bit of your energy too. This might be mirrored where sometimes it's like, I wish I had told you, maybe not to like, you know, screw off, but like, I wish I had told you that, you know, my authentic truth before, but like, you know, I'm doing it now kind of thing, or you're preparing to do it now, right? And this is sort of the dynamic that's happening here. So, you know, and I do feel like this is this person, they think about, because they have this roundabout way of trying to express themselves to you, this roundabout way of trying to get your attention. And I almost feel like they really do have some type of significant love for you at the soul level, but there's so much ego and immaturity and drama in the way that I feel like they can't communicate. Like this person over-identifies with their ego. They have a hard time really even giving you any semblance of like due credit or anything like that. So they think about this when they're by themselves sometimes, right? When they run away, they're like, shit, I should have told them what I really thought, what I really felt. Whether this is, you know, telling you I love you, or telling you I admire this thing about you. If you were doing nice things for them, telling them like, thank you for doing this, right? Even basic things. I think this person really, really struggles with it. And, you know, I do think like you guys have a good connection sometimes. This feels like you really enjoy each other's company, but that does not a relationship make, you know? And this person, when they run away, whether to be by themselves or to be with other people, they think about all the things they wish they had said to you because they know that they're fucking up pretty much. So I am seeing that. So, you know, we're going to pull tarot. What I see, does your person miss you? I'm so sorry to say, I think they don't. And it's not because you're not a fucking amazing, incredible human being, that you're empowered, you're standing in your power, you're not, you know, sacrificing yourself for anyone else anymore. It's not because of you. It's because they have their own crap in the way, right? And another thing too is I feel like this person, again, might still think that you're playing their game. They're like that this is still like the business as usual, and they haven't realized that like, no, now is the time to make changes because this is not going to go on anymore, right? This person also too will meet again, I promise, might be very confident that they can get you back, and they're going to be, it's like in for a rude awakening. And this may have already happened, or this might be kind of on the horizon. And you know, I will say the nicer part of this combination would be there might be, especially just depending on how old you guys are or where you are in your life journey, there might still be hope and potential for this connection down the road, right? Where it's saying like, we'll meet again, I promise. You know, there is still time to make change. It hasn't been lost, but there might need to be a significant period of separation first in order for this person to get their shit together. So let's pull some cards. I want to see what's going on with this person or like the situation. Let's pull some tarot to get us started here. Yes, that way. Yeah, because this is, I feel like you're like, no thank you. I want to look at this one. Yeah, the devil. This is very likely a karmic situation, Capricorn energy, in case that's important. Very likely a karmic situation or karmic ties here. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. You have been mature, grounded, loving, supportive, generous, and they have been kind of fucking it up. What is this card right here? Yeah, more karmic energy. This has been imbalanced. This is a karmic situation at this time. So also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy there in case that applies. But we have, yeah, the Hierophant. All right, we have Taurus there. The Knight of Pentacles. Wow, a lot of earth energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The Three of Wands reversed. Okay. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. What I feel like happened here is kind of what we were talking about already. There's so much cat fur. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm doing my best. I feel like this person, first of all, you have a spiritual connection. You have spiritual lessons that you have been working through together. This person may have dangled commitment in front of your face. This person may have kind of led you to believe that they're kind of like this Knight of Pentacles, right? And this may have been what's kept you waiting, where it's like, you know, the Knight of Pentacles needs to take his time, but he does bring forward something very solid, right? Something very, very significant when he does bring forward an offer, because he's had enough time to think about it, to plan, to, you know, meditate on it. And then when he finally takes that step, he's like, I am 100% ready. And I feel like this is what you guys were waiting for, is this like, okay, I'll give them space. I'll be patient with them. I'll let them have their time. You've really been going above and beyond. And again, kind of like almost starving yourself to help give them the opportunity to make the right call, right? To decide, and it's not saying that they have to commit to you, but to make a decision of whether or not to commit, to either take this to the next level or let you go, right? It shit or get off the pot time, guys. And I feel like with the Three of Wands reversed, this has just never materialized. This has never happened, right? And I feel like there's a recognition of this, especially intuitively at first with the black cat, but then more and more consciously. It's like your patience is running thin because you've kind of realized over a significant period of time that this person's just not ponying up, right? And that I feel like there's this recognition that this was destined, like a destined fated partnership or meeting or connection. But that you also can't fight the wheel of fate in this situation, meaning this person is going to take as long as they take to grow up. This person this person needs to go through the cycles they need to go through. It's like you can't, not you personally, they can't cut any corners here. And as long as they resist it, as long as they fight it, as long as they're being a jackass, they will keep spinning their wheels. And if you stay in this situation with them, you'll keep spinning right along with them. And I feel like you've kind of come to this recognition. So this might be confirmation for you. And I'm so sorry if that's the case, right? You know, that we've all been in a situation like that, or most of us have at least once, and it's infuriatingly frustrating. I kind of want to check in with, so I feel like your energy, you're on the rise, right? You're taking your power back. I kind of want to see what's up next for you, just like as an individual. Because I feel like you've shown up very, very maturely in this situation. And I feel like Spirit is rewarding you for that. Yeah, 9 of Wands. I wanted to look real quick. And Temperance at the bottom in reverse. You've been very patient. You've had to be very persistent. And I feel like you're kind of just like, fuck this. So you have the Justice card reversed, Libra energy here. Ooh, the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You have the 4 of Wands reversed. And the King of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I like this for several reasons. One, here it is. This is what I was picking up on. You are getting your shit together, baby. You're getting your confidence back. You are on fire. What were we talking about in the beginning? Yes, this has been a very difficult cycle, but I think what it has shown you through the imbalance, the lack of reciprocity, you know, is that you have gotten the unique opportunity to become reacquainted with your worth. And as a result, I feel like no one can fuck with you. Like, it's like I have been through hell and back for this motherfucker is kind of the energy. I'm sorry, but I'm getting like, I feel like you're trying to like let it go and be like mature about it and be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep moving forward. But there's a little bit of irritation still and hostility, and I wouldn't blame you. And I feel like this is kind of the energy of like, if I was able to pour myself out so hard for somebody who was not really worth the time and effort, you know what, I'm going to put that on myself, put that energy back toward myself, and then I will be unstoppable. And you are. And with the 4 of Wands reversed, this is a personal victory, right? The 4 of Wands upright is usually the like 11-11, twin flame, marriage, union card. But reversed, I think one of the more positive meanings here is like, this is personal victory. And, you know, with this being stability when it's upright, this is a personal victory through dismantling something, right? Through taking something apart. And I feel like you're choosing to see the rainbow, not the rain in the situation, which, like, I love that. Beautiful. Congratulations. You're choosing to see your power. You're choosing to see how this is a blessing. Oh, the rainbow. I didn't even think about that. You're choosing to see how this is a blessing and saying, you know what? Yep, I spent a lot of time on this, but I'm going to take my power back. I am more familiar with my worth than ever before. And, you know, this could be where maybe you're moving out of a home that you shared with this person. Maybe this is like, I'm going to travel somewhere different. I'm going to move somewhere else. There's something where you had had this structure in your life that you may have either kept because of this person, kept for this person. You were holding space for the potential of this person. And by dismantling that space, collapsing that energetic space for this person, this is a personal victory for you because you have taken back that power, right? Or you are taking back that power. And this is making room for you to sing your own song and call in what it is you desire. And if what it is you desire is a solid, stable, grounded life partner, they're coming in. King of Pentacles. We had the Knight of Pentacles. Where did he go? Oh, duh, right here. Nobody look at me. I can't believe I did that. The Queen of Pentacles, that's what I was going to say, was at the bottom before. Yeah, because that's who you are. You bring that to the table. You are grounded and confident and secure in yourself, generous, loving. And this might be what we see here, right? Is that you've now made the space. There's a King of Pentacles that with him being over here, you might be in the process of saying goodbye to this person. And this King of Pentacles is right on their way to you. They're very close by. So don't lose heart, because this was a really important relationship in terms of helping you take your power back. And I know it's frustrating when you're like, geez, why do I have to go through this? As frustrating and annoying as it is, sometimes there are some lessons that really are only learned through experience. And I say that through gritted teeth, because I hate learning my lessons like that. I just want to read them in a book because that's so hard. But you know, there's some lessons where we can intellectualize it and we can understand it that way, but we don't actually truly know it and integrate it into our soul wisdom until we live it, until we experience it. So you do have beautiful things up ahead. You do have the potential of an amazing new life partner right on the horizon, right there. So I am excited to see that shift and that change for you. And good for you, by the way, for taking your power back. You are the Queen of Wands mixed with the Queen of Pentacles. And anything less than that should go take a hike. Like, absolutely. So this is just basically everything I'm seeing. I'm so excited for you for the beautiful things up ahead. If you need help with your specific situation, please feel free to check out my shop link in the description box below. I'm so excited I got the chance to read for you today. I hope I get to again in the future. And I'm wishing you the best, brightest, most beautiful things that life has to offer. Take care, love bugs. Bye.